Well, good Friday morning to you, literally. Finn, the loudmouth for the ACO, the American Cornhole Organization, live from center court right now here at the Shreveport Bossier Major and Pro Series Skins Extravaganza. A weekend filled with great cornhole is coming your way. Center court right now occupied by our juniors division, and we'll spend a couple of minutes here sort of setting the table and then let the pictures do the work. The juniors division right now here, we got Levi Haddock up 13-2 over Coyote Rogers. Logan Collins awaits the winner of this game after taking out Jesse Davis. Let's see, Bryce Jefferson has extended himself out further into the bracket, and he will be playing in the King Seat game. This is juniors premier. Oliver Sertain and Riley Ernst are down in the bottom half of the bracket. Jax Lamotin awaits the winner of that. So there's still plenty of cornhole to be played there in the juniors. Juniors challenger Jaden Morton up over Devin Dean, so he will be awaiting the winner of Falcon Seidner and Jackson Allen, who are knotted at 3 right now. Lower half of the bracket sees Remy McGee and Tracy Allen going after it, and Devin Dean awaiting the winner of that game. Let's see where we are in seniors. Art Brown just took down Scott Beck 21-5 in the upper part of the bracket. James Freeling up 7-6 over Robbie Burton. Art will face the winner of that match. Mike Rose and Johnny Thomas battling right now, 16-2. Thomas up on top of that game, 16-2. Danny Taylor up 14-4 over Daryl Macon. Danny Taylor, who's responsible for putting my man, the Mississippi Ninja, down low. And now Barnett is throwing against Beck. He said he knew he was going to be running into Buzzsaw after Buzzsaw this weekend. And there's the first of a couple. Marty Thompson, Hollywood Page, Dean Sheltenham, Shettenhelm. Sorry about that. We'll be rolling in here in the lower half of the bracket. Let's take a quick look at women's. Kim Jackson took out Danielle Losey 21-13. She and Samaya Watts are going to face off here in a moment. Samaya took out Stacy Van Gelder 21-6. Ginger Hughes awaits the winner of Carrie Beth Mitchell and Emma Jernigan. They're in a battle right now. Emma up 20-10 on that one after Lisa Barber fell to Ginger Hughes 21-7. Let's see. Lisa Hill down 6-2 to Jackie Amos. Sarah Taylor awaits the winner of that one. Ashley Irvin fell victim to Sarah Taylor to get bounced down into the bottom half of the bracket. Martina Belt will be facing off against Emma Parker here shortly to continue through in the bottom half of the bracket, getting underway, excuse me, right about now. So Levi Haddock extended his winning streak now in the top half of the bracket. He and Logan Collins will be squaring off here, and that will be happening, it looks like on, is that going to happen? We're going to have that one here? Yeah, no. Levi Haddock and Bryce Jefferson. We're going to come back for the Bryce match, okay? So this will be Calton Barrett and Coyote Rogers. Jesse Davis awaits the winner of this one, but after this one, we will head up top for Levi Haddock, Logan Collins winner to take on Bryce Jefferson for the King seat. In the meantime, just a quick thank you to the official partners of the ACO and Cornhole. That would be American Pacific Mortgage, as we've mentioned, a member of the ACO family and bag maker for Bounty Bags, Erica Bloomer. Buyingwithbloomer.com is the website where you can connect with her, and she'll be more than happy to talk to you about financing for your first or your second or your next home, or refinance your current home. She says, I can knock a couple grand off closing costs for you, and I can help you finance other things as well. Erica Bloomer, appreciate you. Buyingwithbloomer.com, and the official whiskey of Cornhole. A little early to be talking about whiskey. Nah, never. We enjoyed a little bit of it last night. The smoky goodness of Notorious 397 out of Ocoee River Distilling. There is on our Facebook page an opportunity for you to go in and show some love for the official whiskey of Cornhole. Ocoee River Distilling and the Bruce Distillery that is run by our very own Margaret Barrett and her partners. They are looking to grab some votes and maybe grab some financing from the local community down there. If you'd like to support the official whiskey, just make sure you check out the instructions, click on it, go down. Copper Hill Brewing is the partner and parent company there with Ocoee River Distilling, so you can go in there and cast your vote for them if you'd like. All the instructions on how to do that are there, a QR code and a link to show you how to get to the voting. And the voting cuts off, I think today's the last day for that voting, so if you want to get to our Facebook page, you can find that, American Cornhole, and you can cast your vote there. I see my man Philip Barnett across the way. Let's see how that's going for him. He is up over Scott Beck 3-2. Over there on court number 31, sporting the name of Riley Brewster above them. Shreveport Bossier, as always, providing a lot of different experiences here for different players here. The food always outstanding. The casinos have certainly seen their share of our players' pocket money. Some are donating to the cause more so than others, but plenty of things to do late night. Had a good time at Noble Savage down the street. Ran into some old cornhole friends, as a matter of fact. How about Sandy? Hadn't seen Sandy. Hell, I haven't seen him since Vegas. When was that, 10 years ago? Was that about 10 years ago? Season 14. Yeah, so 8 to 10 years ago out in Vegas, but good to see him. Fine folks at the Sandbar. Again, food is fantastic. Good time last night. As a matter of fact, a Seventh Tap Brewing project there. Had a nice welcome bash. About 30 or 40 folks came out to be a part of that. Nice early evening for many, not so early for others. And you can absolutely tell who stayed out later than whom, because they're having a tough time cracking their eyes open today. Just a little bit. Barnett extends his lead over Scott Beck to 4-2. Art Brown is waiting the winner of James Freeling and Robbie Burton. Burton up 10-8 in that one. Johnny Thomas up 16-11 over Mike Rose. I think wasn't Johnny, he was Phil's pick to win seniors. He thought maybe he was going to get himself one, as this game has been all 10s to this point, with Colton Barrett and Coyote Rogers still waiting one of them to crack an egg here. Thanks to the Shreveport Bossier Sports Commission, who you see on screen there, for making it all happen. The fine folks at the Hilton. Good time being had by all. And again, the Pro Series skins will be happening a little bit later. Going to get those SCR games fired up in the next hour or so. So I'm going to leave you just with the sights and the sounds of what's going on. Go kind of keep an eye on things around the room, see who's doing what to whom, and then we'll be back with the Mississippi Ninja, and the two of us will have the call. We'll have your juniors, women's, and seniors finals here on center court, but juniors continues right now with looks like a first scoring opportunity, and nothing's going to fall. They're going to wait and wait and wait, and that will put the first penny on the pile for Coyote Rogers, as Colton not real happy that those didn't fall. So that puts them up 1-0 to get it started. Enjoy the morning. Grab yourself some coffee. Let me know. You know, we're on the YouTube channel exclusively today, so we'll be bringing you updated stats from around the room. But enjoy us on the YouTube channel on the ACO Digital Network. Let us know where you're checking in from. And again, just like last week in Erie, what are you supposed to be doing today that you're not doing, even since you're watching cornhole on the big screen or on your computer or maybe even on your phone? Who knows? So enjoy the sights and sounds of center court. We'll be back in just a little while with more commentary as we get into the deeper parts of these brackets on the ACO Digital Network.
17 through 20. We are geared up for that to start here in the next 15 minutes. Again, court 17 through 20, just wait till your phone goes off. And then it'll be that time. I will say this, Ben Barron is going to be the first one I put. Ben Barron. Ben, you hear me? You the first one up, baby. You got to do it with the things that you have. Tabers. Jay, which court do we not have a score person on? Just letting it know, just warm up and we'll get somebody over here in just a second. Danny, you ain't up in the pro series. I'm gonna let you finish out your seniors. 421, we need Eric Morris. Eric Morris, 421. Monster blind draw, 10:30 is the cutoff. Last call. Everybody want to be there. You cannot be playing co-ed, women's, juniors, seniors to play in the monster blind draw. This will be the last call. Come see Whitney if you want to register. the driver's seat. I think this might be the first time for this young man. Got Jaden Morton. He'll be facing off against Jackson Allen. Here we go, Court 5 Junior Challenger Division Championship.
Well, back to center court here at the Shreveport Bossier ACO Major Pro Series Skins Extravaganza here at the Bossier City Civic Center. You try it. Levi Haddock just took a 2-0 lead over Colton Barrett. The elimination final here in the juniors premiere as the SCR frame games are going on down the way. We're going to get into this one, and then we'll roll into the juniors final. Sometimes we hold all the finals and run them back to back to back, but in order to get the SCR games going and get everybody possibly a qualifying spot in that final bracket of 16, we're just going to keep them rolling to open up everyone's schedule as much as we can. Welcome back to the ACO Shreveport Bossier Major and Pro Series Skins party. It really has been a party. I mean, I'll tell you what, you want to come to Louisiana, you know you're coming in for a party, and we certainly have, and we certainly did And the party continues down in the SCR frame games here. I'll get you a leaderboard update here in just a moment. I think the top score is in the upper 130s, if I'm not mistaken. Last time I checked. At the time, I think it was Russell Tabers holding a 134 out of a potential 156 points. Right now, it's Colby Baskins at a 137, Eric Morris at a 136, yep, and Tabers at 134, Doug Parker 131, and Larry Young rounds out the top 5 with a 130. So we'll see what happens here as another 35 or so pros continue throwing their frame games, hoping to get into that final bracket of 16, which is slated to start around 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central here on center court. And speaking of center court here in the juniors premier division, Colton Barrett worked his way through, he lost to Bryce Jefferson, and then he beat Coyote Rogers, Jesse Davis, Joel Marmo, and Logan Collins to get back here. Meanwhile, Levi Haddock's route was a little more circuitous. Oliver Certain fell victim to him, as did Coyote Rogers and Logan Collins, and then Bryce Jefferson said, nah, baby, nah, 21-8 to put Levi back into the loser's bracket to force this game right here in the Juniors Challenger Division. Right now, Jackson Allen is up 8-4 over Jaden Morton. In the women's division, Jackie Amos is up 15-13 over Samaya Watts. Stacy Van Gelder and Emma Parker. Oh, Samaya has just now reversed that, 17-15. Flip-flop that lead, takes first bag back. Emma Parker and Stacy Van Gelder yet to put a score on the board. Emma Jernigan down 10-8 right now to Lisa Hill in the women's division. And in seniors, the active games right now, Daryl Macon taking James Freeling to task 20-2. And Philip Barnett still remains alive in the seniors division, up over Danny Taylor, who I believe is the player who put him into the losers bracket. So Barnett up 14-9 in that one. But here on center court, Levi Haddock extends his lead to 7-2 as you get a good look at some of the new graphic overlays and different bits and pieces of stats that we're able to offer to you. We're continuing to work that out and find new ways to engage you with exactly what your favorite players are up to here on center court and otherwise. Finn, the loudmouth for the ACO, proud to have been part of the American Cornhole Organization for over 100 years. And it has been quite an evolutionary process here, running around all over the country last weekend. As a matter of fact, the ACO spanned 3 different cities: Erie, Pennsylvania, Peoria, Illinois, and Las Vegas, Nevada. Maybe you've heard of it. These two guys, not seen what bags they're throwing, but I do know they look a lot alike. So I'm going to have to get my note out there to have them come tell me what's what. Or should Phil end his day in seniors, I'll have him make sure to be the bagmeister to let us know who's throwing what and where. We're going to have to straighten that board out a little bit when they get down there. Doesn't seem to be bothering them right now. Nice airmail there from Colton. Nice push through there from Levi. He's throwing those, I think, the Big D Texans, I do believe. They shouldn't be, that wasn't too hard to figure out on the top of the board right there. And that's going to be a couple of Washingtons. Leaves the score at 7-3. Haddock with the advantage here at this point. See if anybody else has finished any of these frame games once I get a refresh here. Yeah, Byron Sisson is now taking the lead with a 143. Again, a potential 156. If you don't know what an SCR frame game is, it's you against you. Basically, the Ghost really has nothing to say about what happens. We have 13 frames. You have a potential 156 points that you can score. And then we set a cut line, and the top 16 will advance to that final bracket. Every frame in the 13 frames in the Skins final bracket of 16 is worth cash money, $25 per frame. You win the frame, you win the money. You move on to the next frame. You push the frame, you aggregate the money as you go down on each one of those ties or pushes, and then first one to win 7 out of 13 frames wins the skins that they have won frame by frame and all unclaimed skins as well. And we've had all sorts of different results over the last couple of years, with sometimes somebody taking all 13 skins and taking the entire wad of cash money. And you can still lose and still make money, which is a cool opportunity. And the best part of it, it is open with free entry for all of our pros who want to come try to qualify for that final bracket of 16. That's going to be a 10 on 6, so that's going to increase Levi, who sits at 3-1, against Colton, who sits at 4-1. That increases his lead to 11-5. Jackson Allen over Jaden Morton right now, 11-10 in the juniors challenger division. Jackie Amos and Samaya Watts battling 17-17. In women's, Stacy Van Gilder opens up a 2-0 lead over Emma Parker, and Emma Jernigan up 13-10 over Lisa Hill. Phil Barnett up 20-9 over Danny Taylor, as they get ready to load the score from that last round. And that's going to do it. That's going to put Philip Barnett into now a battle royale. Both of them coming in at 4-1 against Daryl Macon. That game will get underway here in just a few, as Levi continues to spread the lead here, 16-5. Nicely done. Colton Barrett, I looked him up in the system. I'm like, I feel like he's a local boy. And then I said, no, he's from L.A. And then they're like, no, dumbass, that's the Louisiana abbreviation. He is a local boy. So anyway, I would almost bet you when we get through the later part of the day, we're going to start to hear, and I'll find out from Phil, that these boards are playing very differently depending upon where they are in the room. I think the humidity that we're experiencing here, that we have not experienced really in any of the events that I've been to this season, is really going to be affecting some of the boards further away, those closer to the door. This is an old school arena here, so I do not know, what, with regard to the HVAC system, what's going to be the effect top down, but I do know that the humidity is thicker around this area than any we've seen to this point. Hope you enjoyed what you could hear of last night's live episode of The Taco from the 7th Tap Brewing Project. I think we got our sound issue worked out a little bit later after we got started. If you go back and watch, maybe fast forward through all the pointing around and confusion, and you should be able to hear what ended up being a really fun show. It was cool to be out there and do it live. Got to cover all of the results from the past 3 majors this past weekend, as these guys try to put on a bit of an air show. It turns into just kind of a big old pile right there, and that's a PPR killer. That's a 6-3 in favor of Colton Barrett, who'll take that first bag. Then he draws a little bit closer, 16-12. Locks that thumb and lets it fly, sticky side down, and hangs up right around 11 o'clock. But yeah, we had a good time. Phil came in and revisited his picks live. I believe he picked Johnny Thomas to pull a seniors victory out of here. I talked to Johnny a little bit ago. He took some time off. He's a guy that obviously many players know around the cornhole universe, no matter whether it's ACO or otherwise, but he took some time off, said, I've got to get back to having fun while I play, and that's what he's done. Just as loud and boisterous as he's ever been. So he's having a good time, and that's what matters. Let's see what's going on in women's. Stacy Van Gilder up 6-0 over Emma Parker. Emma Jernigan up 16-10 over Lisa Hill. Samaya Watts yet to get on the scoreboard, nor has Ginger Hughes, her opponent right now. The monster blind draw is getting set up in the other room as this game continues to matriculate, if you will. 21-12, one of the most common scores in cornhole as Levi Haddock advances 21-12 over Colton Barrett. Oliver Sertain and Jax Lamotin going to put some bags behind him here and get some scores up on the board. Let's see. So Bryce Jefferson and Levi Haddock will fight right here. For the Juniors Premier Championship. This would make it back-to-back if Bryce wins, as he won last weekend in Erie. Levi, as you know, a great player out of Texas, one of a host of others who have come to join us here in Shreveport Bossier. That game will get underway here. I see these guys getting ready to get some warm-up tosses in here. Let's see. Nothing happening there. Juniors challenger Jaden Morton up 19-17 over Jackson Allen. Is that a championship match? Yes, it is. Jaden Morton holds the 19-17 advantage and also holds the King seat, so just 2 points away from defending said King seat. While we have a moment before they get started, Art Brown has taken the King seat in the seniors division. Daryl Macon and Philip Barnett squaring off right now on court number 31. Johnny Thomas, the aforementioned Jolly Thomas, awaits the winner of that. So some very familiar names happening.
We're down to the finals of the Junior Premier Division.
Emma Jernigan has now grabbed the women's queen seat after a 21-10 win over Lisa Hill. Samaya Watts and Ginger Hughes waiting to get on the scoreboard. Martina Belt awaits the winner of that one. Stacy Van Gilder up 10-4 over Emma Parker. Kim Jackson awaiting the winner of that one in the lower half of the bracket. Lisa Hill is lurking out further into the lower half of that bracket. Too loud? I'll bring it down here. No, I'll bring that one down so we're not catching so much of the music. Which we do not own the rights to, by the way. Go ahead. We'll go ahead and say that, yeah. All right, so we're getting ready to do something that is not what you think it is, Michael Buffer. Chris Day now holds the lead in the SCR frame games at a 144, with Byron Sisson holding at 143. Baskins at a 137, Morris at a 136, Tabers at a 134. Let's take a look. As I mentioned there, yeah, Art Brown holds the King seat in seniors. Emma Jernigan holds the Queen seat in women's. And so we are boiling it all down to championship matches. Bryce Jefferson, Levi Haddock here on center court. Bryce throwing out of the blue lane. Levi throwing out of the red lane. Going to get started here, I believe, after this round of practice tosses. Also known as a down and back if you're hung up on the vernacular. So the monster blind draw getting underway just a little bit earlier, actually, local time than normal. We got them all built out. Daryl Macon holds a slight 2-0 lead over Philip Barnett. Phil told me, he goes, Daryl and Scott Beck were two that he was afeared of, but Scott Beck, not a great trip through seniors, I don't believe, on, you know, according to his own analysis, as this game has now gotten underway here on center court. I know Bryce throws those CBCs. Levi kicks one off the backside, trying to go up and over. And he's throwing the big D, which always is weird to say. 9-1, that puts the first point in his pocket. You may be a little bit confused if you see the back of Levi's jersey. He's, I think, wearing Colby Baskin's pro jersey. Making a fashion statement here on center court. Levi has one down underneath. Bryce going to come in hot and try to blow it up, and he does just that. So it looks like that's going to be a 10 on 8. Or no. He's got two sitting up top. Oh, it is a 10 on 8, yeah. I just had it backwards in my head. Levi takes another couple more and puts them on top. Little Urge Overkill in the background for Chicago Rock fans. Nice roll bag popped up and over right there from Bryce over that arrowhead block. A little slick side down. Attempted a push that turns into something that's going to give Bryce fit. Yeah, he tried to roll up and over that right side of it, but nice pickup right there by Levi. Stacked him up so he could get him as little surface area left as he needed to push through, so he'll pick up another couple and add to that tally. And again, Bryce is in the king's seat. I'm going to kick on the YouTube channel here and see what's going on, what y'all are doing out there. As a Louisville boy, it was kind of nice to be out yesterday and have a few of the servers say things like y'all. I kind of liked it. All right, Zaxby's ad, you are officially skipped. Let's see. Lots of you checking in on the stream. Appreciate it. Jeremy Jones, always there. Timothy Hodgkiss, what up? Brandon in there. Brandon Ray, good to see you. Justin. Yeah, we're tweaking some of these stats here for you so you can check them out. Get a little bit of a different look and feel. See all of our bag manufacturers and partners up across the top of the screen there. If you have not gotten yourself a set of bags that works to your game, as Bryce stacks one up in there behind Levi, who's got a choice to make now. Is he going to go through them? Yeah, that's what he tried to do. Kicked one in, so that'll be a 12 on 9. 3 spot. That's going to put Bryce up top now. Nice little rebound there from Bryce Jefferson. But to my point, yeah, if you haven't found a set of bags that are going to work for you, then make sure you can throw a comment down here and ask somebody. Say, you know, this is how I throw. I throw with a high arc. I land with a thud on the board. I like to run fast. Whatever it is, somebody in this chat will be more than happy to connect you with one of these bag makers and tell you which ones you may want to explore. Every single one of them have multiple lines that will get the job done for you absolutely and positively. What's going on elsewhere? Stacy Van Gilder up 14-8 over Emma Parker. In women's, Samaya Watts up 3-2 over Ginger Hughes. Emma Parker now down 14-10. Daryl Macon up 11-6 over Phil Barnett, who just ran one right up the middle. I just saw a moment ago. 12 on 10. Playing a little sticky, it seems to me. Bumpers set up there. Nice one there. On layaway for Levi. Slick side down and come through it. Unless Bryce helps him out. Now a great roll bag. Oh, yeah, that's exactly what he's going to do. Goes in and collects as you would expect. Bryce in for the wash. And there it is. Let's go, Waldo. Get that 2 in a row. Yeah, had a great performance in Erie. We went through all the results last night from Erie, Peoria, And also Vegas, some names that you expected to see at the top of those leaderboards and those podiums. Podii? Is that plural? Trophy winners? No, we'll stick with that. And these two in round 8, knotted at 7. Levi's made a meal out of these bags right in front of the hole as and that one falls off and gives him just the lane. He didn't have enough there behind it to roll up and over. Good 3-bag collect. That should drop. Bryce has a decision to make here. Everything's sitting on top right now, but he may just drop this bag. Yeah, he's not going to give it a chance for those 3 to fall, and he'll take and they would have. They probably would have done just that. All right, so that's the end of seniors. For my man Philip Barnett, the Mississippi Ninja, 21-6, I do believe, was the final. You gave up a 7. The heck is wrong with you, mister? You were battling. You were battling pretty tough over there. I could see it from here.
Yes, sir.
Nice run.
All right, I'll take 4th out of that field. That's pretty good, man.
Not bad at all. You did. You named the 3 Nemesis that you have in there, and all 3 of them ended up front of you. But
absolutely,
you're starting to let them know that you're coming to get them. I do believe.
Been playing pretty good. I'm happy with my game right now, Finn.
Very
Thank
good.
you. Appreciate it, man.
Well, this is the game that I think right now. I don't know who's happier with this one. Bryce has 1 down under.
Ooh.
Nice roll bag up there, but everything's stacked up. Bryce has another decision to make with regard to what he wants to.
I think he just lays up here.
Wow.
He takes the 2 and be happy.
Yep. Well, I think he's worried about that one falling up on top. Oh, he tries to blow it up. Man, he did it.
It's okay. Nothing hurt there.
Well, he walked a bag back this last one because Levi had 3 bunched up on the hole. Yeah. But, so 9 on 8. Bryce Jefferson now takes the lead back.
Tell you what, this is a great matchup between 2 great kids right here, man.
Yep.
These 2 kids can play, man.
No doubt. Timothy Hodgkiss says we were rooting for you, Ninja.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it, Timothy.
Keep the stream going all day. It's a long drive from Florida. Oh, it'll be on. The 2 of us may not be on here because if we're on here all day, there will be none of us left for tomorrow. But the center court should be running pretty hot for you. And we'll get into the Pro Series a little bit later on. I think 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central is the target time to get that final bracket of 16 going here on center court. As
another lead change. They're
Bryce
just going back and forth.
Yep, gives 2 back. You'd have been proud of me in my cornhole math last week. I was killing it.
Was you really?
I don't
man,
know.
I like it.
Now, on Saturday morning, after the fog lifted in my head, I got better at it. I was having a tough time early on. But, I was actually had some pretty decent cornhole math going in this coconut of mine.
Well, as much as we sit here and watch this, as long as I see where the bags are, I'm good with the math.
Yep.
But sometimes bags start looking alike and are the same color.
It wasn't last week. We didn't have too big a problem with that. We're still not getting a lot of folks coming over and letting us know for sure, but I know those Texans are Big D, and I know Bryce throws CBC.
CBC, yeah. Oh, and I think Bryce may just lay this one up too.
Another one.
Take 3 points. He does have a little lane there to get in there.
He drops 1 for
Levi.
Yeah, so that's going to be what, 8 on 6?
It's 8 on 8, isn't it?
No, I think Levi's got 3.
Oh
on
yeah,
top,
he does. Those 2 are smashed together like a smashed burger.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's what he's been doing all morning. He's been pushing them together in the middle and then coming cleaning them all up, and he's just had some bad luck of the 3 of the last 4 frames, I do believe. It's been a minute since you and I have sat side by side. That was, I think, Owensboro, Kentucky at the Super Major. Oh, and he let him off the hook, didn't he?
He sure did.
But you were out in Las Vegas last week.
I have a good time. Man, that's a great place to play. I hope we continue going there. That is a great venue, great setup around there. I know you guys had a good time up there in Erie, Pennsylvania, huh?
Yeah, we did. It was pretty great. It's a great area, and they're doing a lot of construction and really making that bayfront more accessible there on Presque Isle Bay, and it was awesome.
I saw people going to the Niagara Falls from there. Is it close to Niagara Falls there?
Not too bad. You can go up, you scoot up, you're about 80 miles from Buffalo, so yeah, and then you can kind of cut up and around through there up to Niagara Falls. That's the route that I took when I went up there a couple of years ago. We went to the Canadian side, then we went into Toronto, and then we went up to Aurelia. You know what Aurelia, Canada is?
I don't.
The hometown of?
Oh, not say it ain't so.
Gordon Lightfoot.
Gordon Lightfoot.
Hell yeah, we went up to the bay up there and saw the sculpture garden and everything and walked in the footsteps of the master.
Yeah, heard that. That's one of your favorite dudes, man.
Absolutely. Like butter.
There you go. Nice.
That's a great bag. He's picking up 4 here.
Oh, no, he picked up 7,
Wow.
and that's going to put him on 19.
That's amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, Levi's getting a little frustrated, I do believe. Or Colby Baskins.
Yeah, he does kind of look like him, doesn't
Well,
he?
he's wearing his jersey.
Tell you what, Kobe's having a good year, isn't he? Yeah. Oh, is he really?
He's wearing his jersey.
Oh, okay. I see.
Oops.
I get it.
Somebody left something at the hotel
They
room.
sure did. I didn't see that. I didn't even notice the back of it.
Let's
But
see.
good pickup there.
Samaya Watts up 18-2 over Ginger Hughes. Stacy Van Gelder and Kim Jackson yet to put anything on the scoreboard.
Is that from the
just
King seat?
yet. No, they're all working their way back to get back up there to face off against.
Nice bag, Bryce.
Let's see, who was it? I think Emma Jernigan has the queen seat.
Emma Jernigan. Well,
Yeah,
let me
she
tell you
does.
something. I come this close to picking Emma Jernigan. I'm not kidding. This
Is that
close.
right?
Man, I kept looking at it. I said, man, I need to pick
Boom.
Emma. She always just shows up. Oh, I thought that was going to hang
who's
up.
gonna
Look,
lay
Bryce
out?
looked at him like, ooh, I thought that was going to hang up on you, big guy. Daryl and Johnny going at it over there. Art Brown sitting in the king seat. He's just throwing phenomenal, man.
Yeah.
You know, he told me, he said, I built me a cornhole room, and I guarantee he must stay in it 8 hours a day.
Is that right?
Because
Yeah.
he don't miss. Oh, and Bryce a chance to win the game right there. Kicks the bag out to the left.
Perfectly placed
Yes.
nuisance right there that just doesn't bother him.
No
in the least.
nuisance.
None.
That's a nuisance for me,
Yeah,
not
there
for
you
these
go.
2 guys.
See, here he goes again, piling them up. This one's going to
Oh,
lay
perfect.
up perfectly behind.
Yep.
Bryce, it's almost like somebody took one of his batteries out of him. He has just mellowed so
He
much.
has,
It
man.
seems to
That
be
really
having
has.
The more fun. He seems to be having more fun.
Yeah,
And I
he
think
does.
that is a huge it only dropped 1.
In for the win for Bryce, though. He can
Yep.
roll over, shoot the backside airmail.
Wants to go down and take a look at it. But, yeah, and I talked to Johnny Thomas a little bit ago. He said, he took some time off just because his head wasn't right. And he said they were out last night throwing a couple hours outside of one of the casinos. He said, this is the most fun I've had in a long time.
Yeah.
He goes, I'm just out here to have fun again.
That's right,
And
man.
he goes, these guys are just getting so much better. Everybody's getting so much better.
Guarantee it.
If I can pick up a win here or there, then that makes me happy. There it is, that cut up and over. And it sits up top, washing
Sixes.
sixes.
Hey, you took him taking 2 weeks off. I threw so bad in Clarksville, man. I was ready to put my bags up, hang my shoes up, everything.
Really?
Yeah, I went to Bentonville after. I didn't pick a bag. I didn't even move one out of my room for 2 weeks. And, man, I went to Bentonville, and it's just like a whole new life,
Yeah.
man.
That's, since I don't play competitively or really at all, to any level that I could even judge something like that, that describes my golf game
Yeah.
perfectly. I used to play all the time, and I would get so mad I threw clubs into lakes.
Oh,
and
yeah.
all that. And
I don't see that from you, though.
wrapped them around trees. I know that's only because the person I was playing with was too far away from me. But oh boy, look at that little Scuba Steve action on the backside.
Oh, and that's short.
Oh, ouch!
19-15 now.
They're gonna have to move the board back 6 inches forward.
Wow.
But then sometimes I would just go out and not play at all, and then just grip it and rip it, and it was so much more fun.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I've started back playing a lot of golf, too. I've been playing 2 days a week.
Yeah, I'm not there yet. I think if I start doing that, then I'll start carrying again, and then it won't be any fun anymore. I did buy a new driver, so I'm hitting the ball further into the woods than I ever did.
That's what I'm talking about.
Samaya Watts, 20-2. You want to talk about somebody who's,
Man.
in the last 8 weeks, 12 weeks, just popped up kind of
Look
out of
at that.
nowhere. Nice bag.
Yeah, she really has. And, man, she is down the center, too, man. I'm going to tell you. I was watching her last night in that quads at the pre-party.
Yeah. Oh, boy, and he went for it there. Tried to.
Bryce in right here could really put a nail where it needs to be, and there it is.
7-on-2. Come in and blow it up.
Yep, and that's going to do it.
Yep, 9-on-4 and 12-on-4, and that will finish it off. Congratulations.
There you go, Bryce Jefferson. Well, you want to get Bryce over here? Let's get Bryce over here.
Yeah, he can come over here. let us know exactly what is or isn't going on in his head. Nicely done. I'm sure he'll want to throw out a little love to CBC. Congratulations. Yeah, he came in, just ran rampant through everybody. I want to go in here and find that, see if I can find that match. Nicely done, man. That was a clinic, to be honest with you, the way you ran through that whole bracket. I was looking here at some of the different rounds and results and things that you had. Man, I mean, you blew everybody to pieces. And this is 2 weeks in a row now.
Yeah, I mean, hey, luck goes a long way.
Oh. What do you mean luck? Come on, dude. Come on, man.
Nah, the most reason that I went back-to-back is my people in heaven. They're looking down on me right now, helping guide my bags in the hole.
You think?
Yeah, I believe in that stuff. I believe in that help me, and then I got a cross on I believe in that helps me too. But I've been practicing because I've been off of work a little bit, so I've been throwing a bunch so I could come back and actually win and get into the pro series, because that's all I was worried about. But I started it good in juniors and felt pretty good.
Well, that has to bode well for that pro series. Right now, I think the cut line is around 143.
Are you kidding?
Or no, I'm not. Not the cut line. The top score is 140. Yeah,
I
sorry about that.
I haven't thrown yet.
Me neither.
I'm sorry. The top score is, I think, around 143. But congratulations, nicely done. And now this makes it back-to-back, Erie and here. But I mentioned to Phil, I mean, just in the last, this season, I guess, you seem to have found a new level of calm, and maybe that's what you were talking about at the beginning, feeling that there's somebody out there kind of looking out over you. I said it looks like somebody like pulled one of your batteries out. You just kind of now it's good. I'm enjoying it. I'm digging the whole vibe, the flow, the whole thing, because you do have a flow now.
Yeah, I think it started kind of last season. Last season I'd get frustrated still, but everybody kept telling me, like, you take this out of your game, I mean, you'll be good. Everything go in.
The maturity.
And it's finally came through my head that I need to, stop getting mad and just let the bags do what they do and not me get mad at them and then they do even worse things.
Right. And is this your last year in juniors?
Yeah.
This will be it.
Yeah, this is my last 3 majors, Mobile, Toledo, and Branson.
All right. Well, I know
juniors will be happy.
I was going to say, there's a lot of people that are applauding that move. Well, congratulations.
Thank
and
you.
Who knows, we might see you back up here a handful of times over the course of this weekend.
Absolutely.
Nicely done.
Pro series, hopefully.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, let's put
Good
some
luck,
money
man.
in your pocket. Go get that SCR game. Throw it out there. Bryce Jefferson, our juniors Premier Division champ. Back-to-back weeks, Erie, Pennsylvania, and here in Shreveport, Bossier. Go get them, bud. We don't want to hold you back.
You're good.
Good luck, buddy.
Go get them. Nicely done. All right, so we're going to have the seniors final up here, I do believe now. Art Brown, I see him standing there ready to defend the King's seat. He is waiting on the winner of Johnny Thomas and Daryl Macon. Thomas up 11-0 right now over Daryl Macon. One of them is really having a good time right now.
Daryl had a good time the game before, so don't.
Yeah. Well, that was nice to hear from Bryce. Boy, I tell you what, he doesn't even seem like the same kid just a year ago. You know what I mean?
How the hell did I do that?
What are you doing?
How did I do that? Yeah, he said, man, I'm going to tell you what, just to watch him mature and chill like that. Like I said, was that you I was talking to? I met Bryce when he was about 7, 8 years old in Columbia, Tennessee. Him and his mama were there.
Yep.
And, I mean, he was just out there slinging bags everywhere, but just to watch these kids grow up like that, man, it's great to watch. It really is.
Yep.
They got a mess on the board over there. It looks like Daryl might have scored that time. Art Brown, I'm going to tell you right now, he's throwing probably about a 12.5. Let's look. He's actually throwing a 10.13.
Yep. I believe that.
I mean, his games are over a 10 every time, man. You can't score on this guy. I'll go take a look at the women and see where we're at.
There you go. They can do that right here. There you go.
There you go.
And you can dig down in there if you want to. Some of those stats for rounds, pass games, whatever you want.
Look at, how about Stacy Van Gilder up on Kim Jackson right now?
Yep, 10-9.
Yeah.
Really?
We got internet problems? Okay.
All right. Well, we're going to shut things down here. Do we want to hold this seniors championship match until we come back, or do we know how long the tech issue may last? All right. Well, we are going to have to shut it down because there's something going on here internally with the internet. Hang in there. I know I was just telling you on the drive from Florida that we're going to be good to go, AP, but sorry about that. We're going to shut it down, and we'll reboot and restart and refresh everything here from Center Court, Shreveport Bossier, and the Bossier Civic City Center. As the ACO Shreveport Bossier Major and Pro Series Skins Extravaganza will continue very shortly on the ACO Digital Network.